Now then, so it's been a while since I've done one of these. And if you've followed Enchiridion Chiropractic Training for a while, or maybe seen me teaching around the UK, you'll know I'm not one for sitting still for long. But recently, I've been a bit quieter, online at least. Honestly, that's been intentional, because sometimes to move forward with clarity, you've got to slow down a bit first. So, for me, that slowing down often looks like this. A ride out to Squires Café on the bike. Bit of throttle therapy, bit of Yorkshire air, and a chance to actually think and breathe. It's not about the speed, it's about rhythm. Sound of the engine, the space to think, and it's my way of finding balance between the sympathetic drive that gets me fired up and the parasympathetic calm that lets me connect. And that, like riding a bike, is balance. And that's really what's been changing my work lately, and me. For those who don't know me, I'm Aidan Robinson, chiropractor, founder of Enchiridion Chiropractic Training. And I help chiropractors refine their craft, from palpation and technique to understanding the deeper layers of human function. But over the last year or two, my own approach both in clinic and teaching has shifted. Not away from what chiropractic is, but in fact towards what chiropractic can, and in my opinion, should be. And a big part of that shift has been the polyvagal theory. Now, if you've not come across it before, polyvagal theory is essentially about the state of all of our nervous systems. How it constantly scans both the external and internal environment for cues of safety, threat, or danger. And that state determines whether we're open, grounded and connected with others, or whether we're defensive, braced and closed off. And when you start to view yourself and your patients through that lens, then quite frankly, everything changes. Because of course you can then feel when someone's not ready to receive any form of treatment, not because the joint isn't ready or it's the wrong joint, but because they are. Their system, that patient, doesn't yet feel safe enough to let go. And as chiropractors, we often talk about force, vectors, leverage, and all of that, which of course is very vital and part of the craft. But we've got to remember the patient's state, their mental state, precedes the mechanics. The nervous system has to say yes before the body will respond. And that's something that I've experienced personally over the years too. I've had to balance clinics, teaching, writing, training, doing videos, etc. And it's easy to live in a very constant sympathetic hum. But the truth is, for me and all of us, that when I regulate my system, which for me is when I get out on the bike and reconnect with that sense of internal flow, I then come back clearer, more perceptive, more patient, my hands are more accurate, and my teaching lands better. And the people I work with, I think, feel that confidence, because calm, as we know, isn't passive, it's powerful. So going forward, that's the direction for Enchiridion Chiropractic Training. Of course, we'll still be teaching high-level biomechanics, motion palpation, neurology and precise HVLA, but we're also diving deeper into the autonomic story behind it, yours and your patients. We'll look at how vagal tone, breathing and a sense of interoception influence the very outcome of your adjustment. How your own state as a chiropractor sets the tone for your patient's ability to change. Because fundamentally, at its core, every adjustment is a conversation between two nervous systems. So, if you've been wondering where I've been, I'm not gone anywhere, I'm still here. I'm just recalibrating, reflecting, and making sure that what I teach chiropractors actually reflects how I live and practice myself. And right now, that means integrating everything from neuroscience to breathwork to throttle time, all part of the same process of regulation and connection. So, If you've got to this and you're a chiropractor who wants to refine your craft, reconnect your purpose, and maybe rethink how you relate to your patients, please do stick around, because the next phase of ECT is going to go deeper than ever before. I'll see you soon, maybe on the next course or maybe on the next ride out. I'm going to pop this back on. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button. If you want to share this with someone who else you think might benefit from what I talk about, I'd appreciate that as well. This is Aidan from ECT at Squires, saying bye-bye. Bye-bye.